ספיר, הטלנובלה העברית הראשונה, זוהר זמיר, אביתר לזר, ג'וקי ארקין, עדה...
So bad news for all you George Michael fans out there. Your hero has been seen off of the #1 spot by a bunch of newcomers called Babylon Zoo. They are the latest band to taste success thanks to a well-known jeans company. Stillskin, Freak Power, and Shaggy have all benefited by allowing their music to be used for Levi's, and Babylon Zoo are taking up where others left off. So commiserations to George Michael, who managed only a week at the top spot, and congratulations to this week's victors. Join Caroline at the same time next week to see #1 again. Take care, and I will see you around.
וגם יאיר לפיד לא יעצום עין ויתרח באולפן ערוץ הספורט. ליל האפשרויות הבלתי מוגבל. ראשונה בינואר בערוץ הספורט.
ביום חמישי בערוץ 3.
I was a champion keeping secrets. Tell Susan Ornstein came along. What was happening to me? It's unimaginable.
ברברה סטרייסנד וניק נולטה, נסיך הגאות והשפל, ביום חמישי ב-9:40 בערוץ 3.
מה קורה בפברואר בערוץ 3? מה קורה בפברואר? התשובות בכוכבים.
צבעי הקשת יפים וחדשים פרוסים אחרי הגשם הקשרים כמה זה טוב להיות כאן איתך וכל כך לאהוב אני שר לעצמי איזה אחלה עולם,
ביום רביעי בערוץ 3, כשהחולה בודקת את הרופא.
What were you hoping to find?
I'm sorry.
My mother wanted me to marry a doctor. I don't think she's right for you. She can't deal with it.
המתמחים ביום רביעי בערוץ 3. בשבוע הבא בהצגה שנייה. ערוץ 3, הסדרות הטובות בעולם.
שלום לכם, צופי ערוץ 3. קצת גשום היום בבברלי הילס, זה המזג אוויר שהכינה תעשיית הכוכבים לטקס ה-53 של חלוקת פרסי גלובוס הזהב. זה הפרס שמחלקים העיתונאים הזרים כאן בהוליווד לתעשיית הקולנוע וגם לתעשיית הטלוויזיה. שורה ארוכה מאוד של כוכבים מגיעים לכאן לבושים הכי יפה שאפשר, כי גלובוס כזה על המדף עושה רק טוב לסרט או לסדרת הטלוויזיה שלכם, וגם מנבא כמו מין שבשבת לאן נושבות הרוחות בהוליווד לקראת טקס חלוקת פרסי האוסקר שיהיה כאן בעוד חודשיים. הכוכבים נכנסים פנימה, אנחנו ננסה לתפוס איתם כמה מילים על השטיח האדום הרטוב מהגשם, ונהיה איתכם לאורך כל השידור הזה של הטקס כאן בערוץ 3.
The superstars of motion pictures and television are gathering at the beautiful Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills, California for one of Hollywood's biggest and most glamorous events. The limousines are arriving with tonight's nominees and presenters, coming to celebrate the most exciting and successful year in entertainment history. The press is here from every corner of the globe, and the fans have been lined up since early morning to get a glimpse of their favorite movie and television stars. Tonight, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association will honor the very best motion picture and television shows and the top actors and actresses of the year. 25 Golden Globe Awards will be presented, plus in a very special tribute, Nicolas Cage, Michael Crichton, and John Travolta will honor Sean Connery with the Cecil B. DeMille Award. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's join the party of the year.
television? Sure. And that's a nice tuxedo. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I'm thrilled. I mean, I was a nervous wreck in the car.
How are you?
Hi.
My mother's a Sabra.
What's that?
My mother's a Sabra. So,
Really?
It's good to be home again.
I'm okay. I can't see anything.
How is your father these days?
Fine. He just had a little back
But he
surgery.
learns Torah, I
Yeah,
understood.
he's doing very well. He's studying about 8 hours a week with a rabbi, and he's doing very, very well.
Great.
I'm very happy to be here, and I'm going to be giving the Best Picture Award tonight. So.
Hi. Friends are very popular in Israel. We'd like just to... You know Hebrew? Since you are getting a Lifetime Achievement Award, what will happen next?
Then you get the death achievement.
This has been in my family for hundreds and hundreds of years, but somebody washed it and shrunk.
אני לומדת עברית על אוניברסיטה.
מה את אומרת?
Shalom. Thank you for watching Seinfeld. From the International Ballroom of the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills, California. Tonight, live on NBC and around the world. It's the 53rd Annual Golden Globe Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first two presenters, both nominated for Best Acting Awards this evening, from Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, Jane Seymour, and from The X-Files, David Duchovny.
It's our honor to welcome you to the 53rd Annual Golden Globe Awards. Tonight's telecast continues the tradition it started to honor excellence in motion pictures and television on the same night.
We're about to see tomorrow's headlines happen before our eyes. The whole world is watching to see who wins this evening, so let's get started.
And to begin, we honor 5 of TV's most talented women and nominees for the best performance by an actress in a television series, musical or comedy are Candice Bergen, Murphy Brown,
Ellen DeGeneres, Ellen.
Fran Drescher, The Nanny,
Helen Hunt, Mad About You.
and Sybil Shepherd in Sybil.
And the winner is Sybil Shepherd.
Thank you so very much to the Hollywood Foreign Press. Thank you to CBS. Thank you to Carsey Werner, Tom, Marcy, Karen, and Stuart. And thank you, Jay Daniels, for letting me know when it was time to get back on television. Thank you to an extraordinary writing staff headed up by Howard Gould. I just don't see how they do it. They make my job so wonderful. Thank you to Chuck Lorre for giving us a brilliant beginning. Sorry he can't be with us now, but thank you for all your help. To an extraordinary ensemble cast who are just only as good as the person opposite me. To Christine and Alan, Dee Dee, Alicia, Tim, Tom, God, everybody. Who have I forgotten? Have I forgotten anybody? That was it. Nick McLean, a great crew. Oh, thank you all so much. And particular thanks to the great goddess in all her guises. May she bring us peace, joy, and righteous anger. Blessed be. Thank you.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Television Series, Musical, or Comedy are Tim Allen, Home Improvement.
Kelsey Grammer for Frasier,
Paul Reiser, Mad About You.
Jerry Seinfeld for Seinfeld,
Gary Shandling, The Larry Sanders Show.
And the winner is Kelsey Grammer.
Well, thank you very much. That's very pleasing. I would like to cast my entire cast. Thank my entire cast, John, David, Jane, Perry, and all the writers. You are fantastic. Gary Hart, Mr. Paramount. Working with the people I have a chance to work with has been the most extraordinary couple of years of my life. They are the best people I've ever known, both on and off the stage, and I truly love them. It's funny, I was born with a family, but I never really had one till I found them. And I love you all, and Tammy, I love you too. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, a Golden Globe nominee for Casino, Sharon Stone.
Every member of the film and television industry benefits from the efforts of the Hollywood Foreign Press. Their members spread the good news about Hollywood to more than 200 media outlets in over 50 countries. Their work is the key reason our industry is alive and well around the world, and we thank them for it. Now I'd like you to meet a very special member of that group. Not only is she the American correspondent for France, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, she's also the chair of Pan-African Studies at Cal State in Los Angeles. And as if that wasn't enough, or weren't impressive enough, she also happens to be the president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. Ladies and gentlemen, the very busy Dr. Aida Takla O'Reilly.
Thank you, Sharon, for a wonderful introduction. The artists that are gathered here tonight have enormous influence over the minds and hearts of the people around the globe. We, at the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, know that you do not take that responsibility lightly. And so, we pledge to provide you with all the support for you to be providing edifying, uplifting, and thought-provoking entertainment. Today, Hollywood is more than a dreamland. It is an inspiration for the entire world. So, enjoy your evening. Tomorrow, you have very important work to do. Thank you.
Here are two of tonight's Best Acting nominees from the television series Melrose Place and ER, Heather Locklear and Anthony Edwards.
The nominees for Best Television Series, Musical, or Comedy are Sybil.
I should warn you.
What? Warn me what?
They say if this food is cooked correctly, the first few bites taste like dirt.
Well, you did a good job. What is this?
It's butternut squash with hijiki.
What's hijiki?
Aquatic vegetables.
It tastes like something Flipper coughed up.
Frazier.
A starter's pistol? Oh, I don't think so, Dr. Crane, but thanks for the thought.
How did she know it wasn't a real gun? Fooled the servants, even the ones who spent years fleeing juntas.
You bought a starter's pistol?
Yes. You see, as long as Maris thinks it's real, it makes her feel secure, but this way, no one can get hurt.
secret.
No, it's not big. Not at all. You know, kind of the same lines as, say, oh, I don't know, having a third nipple. You have a third nipple?
You bitch. Whip it out, whip it out. Come on, there's nothing to see. It's just a tiny bump. It's totally useless.
Oh, as opposed to other multifunctional nipples.
Let me see it again. Yeah, show us. Joey was in a porno movie. Mad About You. It's not the greatest song.
I'm going through the checkbook.
It's like impossible to not twist to this song.
On the 18th, you wrote a check to A&G Plumbing.
How could you not be twisted?
Listen to me.
Come on, twist with me.
I don't want to twist.
Come on, twist with me, you big baby.
Do you happen to remember the amount?
Twist with me and I'll tell you. I'm not telling you anything, twist. Now, what did you want to know?
On the 18th.
Yes.
You wrote a check.
Right, to A&G Plumbing.
Do you happen to remember the amount?
$47.50.
Thank you very much.
Was it that high?
Seinfeld.
95% of the population is undateable?
Undateable!
Then how are all these people getting together?
Alcohol.
What is your problem?
No problem here.
You keep winking at me. That's really obnoxious.
I had no idea.
Right there. You just did it again.
Wait a minute. It's from that grapefruit that Jerry squirted at me.
Oh, your eye still hurts?
Yeah. You must have squirted a piece of pulp in it, too.
Pulp couldn't make it across the table.
Pulp can move, baby! And the winner is Sybil.
Accepting for Sybil are executive producers Sybil Shepherd, Jay Daniels, and Howard Gould.
Come on, y'all. I couldn't do it without them. An incredible Christine, Alan, Dee Dee, thank you so much. Thank you again to the Hollywood Foreign Press. And thank you, Jay Daniel.
Oh, God. Thank you. Thank you to everybody at CBS. Thank you to Prsy Werner. They should be up here with us. Thank you to Chuck Lorre, a brilliant writer who helped make these characters come to life. Thank you to Henry Lang, Melissa, a great production crew, and Howard Gould, our head writer.
I'd like to thank our directors, Bob Berlinger and the One in a Million, Andy Wayman, Nick McLean and our outstanding crew, Russ Woody and my whole team of gifted, overachieving writers, my wife and kids for their extraordinary patience, and finally, thanks to Sybil.
Thank you to Judy Hoplin, my manager, who never gave up and always believed in me. Thank you, Judy. Thank you.
Please welcome a former Miss Golden Globe and a current star of the hit series Ellen, Jolie Fisher.
The Golden Globes has a continuing tradition of selecting a second-generation actor or actress to assist in the awards ceremony. Previous honorees have included Laura Dern, daughter of Diane Ladd and Bruce Dern, and Melanie Griffith, daughter of Tippi Hedren. My parents, Connie Stevens and Eddie Fisher, were very proud when I had the honor 4 years ago. Tonight we add two more to the list. The daughter of Barbara Mandrell, whose credits include the TV series Weird Science, and the son of Freddie Prinze, who will soon be seen co-starring with Michelle Pfeiffer in To Jillian on her 37th birthday. Please welcome Mr. and Miss Golden Globe, Jamie Nicole Dudney and Freddie Prinze Jr.
Please welcome a singer-actress co-starring with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the upcoming Eraser, and a Golden Globe and Oscar winner who stars in a new live-action version of Pinocchio, Vanessa Williams and Martin Landau.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in a Motion Picture are Angelica Houston, The Crossing Guard;
Kathleen Quinlan, Apollo 13.
Kira Sedgwick, Something to Talk About.
Mira Sorvino, Mighty Aphrodite.
Kate Winslet, Sense and Sensibility.
And the winner is Mira Sorvino, Mighty Aphrodite.
Wow, I didn't expect this. Thank you very much to the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. I have to thank first and foremost the amazing Woody Allen for having created this role, for having had the confidence in me to cast me and then to let me run with the role that he wrote. It's an amazing thing to get to play a character who has such humanity and yet who's such a crazy nut. I have to thank my family. They're the most loving, wonderful, supportive people in the world. My amazing creative team, my manager, Gene Fox, my agents at William Morris, Frank, Michelle Stern, Steve Himmer, and everyone else. Also Larry Taub, and everyone at Miramax. And thank you, all of you, very much, and I'm overwhelmed. Thank you.
Please welcome the young star of Clueless and the man who plays the title role in Othello, Alicia Silverstone and Lawrence Fishburne.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role in a Motion Picture are Ed Harris, Apollo 13.
John Leguizamo, Chuang Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar.
Brad Pitt, 12 Monkeys.
Tim Roth, Rob Roy.
Kevin Spacey, The Usual Suspects.
And the winner is Brad Pitt, 12 Monkeys.
Oh no. I'd like to thank the members of, actually the makers of Kaopectate, I think. No, they've done a great service for their fellow man, yeah. Thank you, Hollywood Foreign Press, for this moment of absolute terror. Thank you to Terry Gilliam for the Terry Gilliam experience. Yeah, one that won't be forgotten. Thank you to our producer, Chuck Roven, Universal, Stephen Bridgewater. Let's see, our writers, David Webb and Jan Peoples, Safety Dave Perez, Big Bad Bruce Willis, the truly insane, Madeline Stowe, the rest of the cast and crew. I'd also like to thank Brian Lord, Kevin Huvane, John Levin, Cindy Guagenti. Wow. Everyone at Brillstein Gray, Brad Gray, Bernie Brillstein, and especially my dear, dear friend and purchaser of the KO Pectate, Cynthia Pett Dante. I'd like to thank Peter Dante, my good friend, and my family at home in Missouri, and especially the love of my life, my angel, Gwyneth Paltrow. You know, and this is for Roy London and Elizabeth Lustig. You are remembered.
Ladies and gentlemen, a two-time Oscar and Golden Globe winning actress, Jodie Foster.
What fun to present this category. The nominees for Best Director of a Motion Picture are Mike Figgis, Leaving Las Vegas. Mel Gibson, Braveheart. Ron Howard, Apollo 13. Ang Lee, Sense and Sensibility. Rob Reiner, The American President. And Martin Scorsese, Casino. And the winner is, envelope flashing, Mel Gibson, Braveheart.
Thank you. Thank you, Hollywood Foreign Press. I'm really honored to get this. I really didn't expect to get it. And there's a huge list of people to thank. Starting with, I think, that the guy who inspired the whole story, a scriptwriter by the name of Randall Wallace, who wrote me an extraordinary script. One of the few who can put passion on the page. Paramount and Fox, who kind of like double-teamed me there. There's Peter Chernin and Mr. Mechanic. I can't even remember his first. I can't remember my first name. Sherry at Paramount, John Dolgen. My partner in crime, Bruce Davey, Steve McAvity, line producer extraordinaire. My God, a wonderful cast and crew. The people of England, Ireland, and Scotland. The little green men who used to visit me at night, and geez, I'm kind of tongue-tied. And to all those whose company I was in, what distinguished company I was in, I'm glad to be included among you. And God, I know there's someone I've left out, but my wife deserves a mention. Otherwise, I'll have a Golden Globe mark on my head. Thank you, God bless you, and good night.
Well, we're backstage here where some 400 members of the foreign press from all over the world and domestically are gathered, and this is where we grab all the stars. Kelsey, you have been here before, you've seen this show. Is it an exhilarating experience?
I think it's always exhilarating when you get some sort of credit, some recognition. It's nice.
You work with an ensemble cast. What do you say to them when you pick up an award?
Tough.
You're all hard. Yeah. Now, we just watched a director pick up an award who also has a career as an actor. You have asked, why do all the actors want to be directors?
Well, you know what I think what it is after a while is if you really have a love for what you do, you do want to branch out and try everything. I mean, if you have, you know, the wherewithal and the skill and the imagination to try it, if you're comfortable where you are, stay there. But I directed one of the episodes of the show this season, and
did the actors pay attention to you extra carefully?
Oh, by all means, yes.
You have aspirations to do other things along that way?
Who knows? You know, I mean, I sort of encounter the aspirations as I bump into them, and then I suddenly think, hey, that's not a bad idea. But no, the cast is just the best in the world. There's not an evil bone in anybody's body there. It's the most fun I've ever had in my life working.
When you walk into an event like this with so many stars and so many important people in here, is it an impressive gathering?
Yeah, it is. I still get impressed. It's funny. I still get the little tug, you know, of like, wow, I'm in Hollywood.
Are you ready for the onslaught here?
Oh, I've done that already.
Oh, then you can go relax. Okay. Kelsey, thank you so very much. Nice to have you with us. Congratulations again. Hang in there. The 53rd Annual Golden Globes continues.
You know, the nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in a minute or in a mini-series, in a series, supporting role series.
Maybe I should speak.
Probably not what you do best, but anyway, no, I'm
well,
teasing.
Actually.
Okay. I'm teasing. Go ahead.
Even though I'm not supposed to say this, it seems I need to step in. The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in a Series, Miniseries, or Motion Picture made for television are
Christine Baranski, Sybil.
Judy Davis, Serving in Silence, and she told me personally to pronounce it this way, The Margaret Kammermeyer Story.
Melanie Griffith, Buffalo Girls.
Shirley Knight, Indictment, The McMartin Trial.
Lisa Kudrow, Friends.
Juliana Margulies, ER. And the winner is Shirley Knight, Indictment, The McMartin Trial.
Goodness, thank you so much. I was first nominated for one of these in 1960, and I have loved the foreign press ever since, so thank you so very much. I especially want to thank everyone at HBO, all the producers, and particularly the writer Abby Mann, the director Mick Jackson, the wonderful cast James Woods, Henry Thomas, who are here tonight. And most of all, I want to thank a man that I met on May 11th, 1967, who has shown me what art is about and life is about, and is one of the finest artists I've ever known. And I dedicate this to you, my darling husband, John Hopkins. Thank you so much.
And now one of television's busiest and most versatile actresses, and a Golden Globe winning actor who recently co-starred in My Family, Joanna Kearns and Edward James Olmos.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role in a Series, Miniseries, or Motion Picture made for television are Sam Elliott, Buffalo Girls.
Tom Hulse, The Heidi Chronicles.
David Hyde Pierce, Frasier.
Donald Sutherland, Citizen X.
Henry Thomas, Indictment, The McMartin Trial.
And the winner is Donald Sutherland, Citizen X.
Citizen X was a wonderful piece of work to do. Like an idiot in the beginning, I didn't want to do it, so I thank Ronald Meyer and Josh Lieberman and Paul Migdal and my son Rogue for insisting that I do it. It took a lot of help to get me through these 60 years. I'm not going to thank all of those people, of course, but I would like to acknowledge Chris Giromo, who wrote and directed the piece, his producers, Laura Bickford, Matthew, and Denise Chapman, Bob Cooper, David Ginsberg, Michael Fuchs, and the exquisite talent of Tim Monick, who was responsible for the sound of the character. And I've known the Hollywood Foreign Press for so many years. I will cherish this. Thank you.
Once again, we're backstage at the Hollywood Foreign Press Golden Globe Awards with the press about to meet Mr. Mel Gibson, who has just won his... Are you polishing it?
Polishing my globe, yeah.
Your first?
It's the first of, yes, my only globe.
How long did Braveheart take to make?
Well, it was 105 shooting days, and, you know, some time before and some time after, but the real gritty part was 105 days, yeah.
We've been talking in this part about directors who have acting backgrounds. What do you bring to the party as an actor?
Whoa, I think about 20 years standing in front of the camera and working with extraordinary directors is nothing to sniff at, but I think you approach it from more a storytelling point of view, from a character point of view.
Is it truly the secret desire of every actor to direct?
I don't think so. I didn't really get the bug till, you know, 3 or 4 years ago, and I would never have even suspected that I would get it, but I did.
Mel, they're waiting for you inside. I thank you. I congratulate you.
Thank you.
Nice to have you with us.
Cheers.
Mel Gibson.
Good to meet you.
The 53rd Golden Globe Awards will continue.
Here's one of NYPD Blue's finest actresses, and with her the star of The Single Guy, Sharon Lawrence, Jonathan Silverman.
Welcome back to the Golden Globe Awards, and the nominees for Best Miniseries or Motion Picture Made for Television are Citizen X.
Find them on the Elektrichka, I know it. The Elektrichka, the trains that crisscross rural Russia.
I know what they are, comrade. I don't ride them, but they do sometimes get in the way of my limousine. If I was hesitant in my reaction, it had only to do with a vague unease.
About what?
The fact that you have only been the detective for 48 hours and your intuition is already so highly developed. Are you genius or just given to bouts of enthusiasm?
The Heidi Chronicles.
It's either or. True. You don't like the grades? Screw the grades. Let's try numbers on a scale from 1 to 10. If you aim for 6 and get 6, everything works out very nicely. But if you aim for 10 in all things and get 6, you're going to be very disappointed. And unfortunately, that's why you quality time girls are going to be one generation of disappointed women. Interesting, exemplary, even sexy, but basically unhappy. The ones who open doors usually are.
Indictment, the McMartin trial.
They haven't left anybody in jail yet. Come on, guys, give me a break, will ya? Come on.
Everyone's
is watching your cage, so here's the deal. You don't talk to anybody, not anybody. You don't say you did it, you don't say you didn't do it, you just don't talk.
What? Why am I here? I didn't do anything.
Congratulations again, you'll be the first innocent client I ever had.
No one in my family has ever been arrested. This'll kill them.
Well. Are you kidding with those glasses? You look like a child molester. Get rid of them, it's going to be a short trial.
Serving in silence the Margareta Kammermeyer story.
I need to talk to you.
Now what do we do? Yeah, what?
Nothing. This is about me. I'm going to sue the Army.
What?
They want to discharge me because I told them I'm a lesbian.
And Truman.
If I don't drop the bomb, so many more of our young men will die in the invasion of Japan. They're men too, and women and children. How could I face the people when it's finally over and say that I had the power to possibly end the war long ago? Spare the lives of their loved ones, and I chose not to use it. How could I look them in the face and tell them that?
And the winner is Indictment, the McMartin trial.
Accepting for indictment, the McMartin trial, is executive producer, co-writer, Abby Mann.
Thank you so much. It's been a stormy trip. I've won some awards in my time, but I've never been so moved in my life as getting this one. When we began this project about the McMartin case, many people believed there was a national network of preschool teachers who engaged in satanic rituals and whose goal was to sell children into prostitution and pornography. Parents were afraid to send their kids to school. Teachers were afraid not only to touch children when they needed comforting, but to be alone with them. The fact that our film could puncture the myths and help slow down a wave of false arrests and imprisonments across this country that makes Salem look like peanuts. It's a testament to the power of this medium. And for allowing us to do this, we have to thank in particular Bob Cooper, who never cared how dangerous it was, but only if it was true. Michael Fuchs, Richard Waltzer, Oliver Stone, and my brilliant collaborator, my wife Myra. Also the magnificent direction of Mick Jackson and a sensational cast, including Jimmy Woods, my dear Shirley Knight, and Henry Thomas. We feel very lucky and very grateful tonight. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Academy Award and Golden Globe winner, Kathy Bates.
I have nothing but admiration for writers, despite the fact that I've been honored for terrorizing one. And speaking of terrors, Harry Cohn, the head of Columbia in the 40s, refused to believe that his writers were ever working very hard. So he made them punch in and out like factory workers. One morning as Harry walked past their building, the writers all started typing furiously at the same time. Cohn stopped dead in his tracks, looked up at the building and yelled, "Liars!" The only yelling tonight's writing nominees should ever hear are screams of praise. To present the Writing Awards, please welcome a former Oscar nominee whose work in Fatal Attraction also earned her a Golden Globe nomination, and an Oscar-nominated actor who has key roles in 3 movies that are being honored tonight. Here are Ann Archer and David Paymer.
The nominees for Best Motion Picture Screenplay are Patrick Sean Duncan, Mr. Holland's Opus.
Scott Frank, Get Shorty.
Tim Robbins, Dead Man Walking.
Aaron Sorkin, The American President.
Emma Thompson, Sense and Sensibility.
Randall Wallace, Braveheart.
And the winner is Emma Thompson, Sense and Sensibility.
I can't thank you enough, Hollywood Foreign Press, for honouring me in this capacity. I don't wish to burden you with my debts, which are heavy and numerous, but I think that everybody involved in the making of this film knows that we owe all our pride and all our joy to the genius of Jane Austen. And it occurred to me to wonder how she would react to an evening like this. This is what I came up with. 4 a.m., having just returned from an evening at the Golden Spheres, which, despite the inconveniences of heat, noise, and overcrowding, was not without its pleasures. Thankfully, there were no dogs and no children. The gowns were middling. There was a good deal of shouting and behaviour verging on the profligate. However, people were very free with their compliments, and I made several new acquaintances. Miss Lindsay Duran of Mirage, wherever that might be, who is largely responsible for my presence here, an enchanting companion about whom too much good cannot be said. Mr. Ang Lee, of foreign extraction, who most unexpectedly appeared to understand me better than I understand myself. Mr. James Seamus, a most copiously erudite person, and Miss Kate Winslet, beautiful in both countenance and spirit. Mr. Pat Doyle, a composer and a Scot who displayed the kind of wild behaviour one has learned to expect from that race. Mr. Mark Canton, an energetic person with a ready smile who, as I understand it, owes me a great deal of money. True. Miss Lisa Henson of Columbia, a lovely girl, and Mr. Gareth Wigan, a lovely boy. I attempted to converse with Mr. Sidney Pollock, but his charms and wisdom are so generally pleasing that it proved impossible to get within 10 feet of him. The room was full of interesting activity until 11 p.m. when it emptied rather suddenly. The lateness of the hour is due, therefore, not to the dance, but to the waiting in a long line for a horseless carriage of unconscionable size. The modern world has clearly done nothing for transport. P.S. managed to avoid the Whedon, Emily Tompkinson, who has purloined my creation and added things of her own. Nefarious creature. Thank you.
Next, Nicolas Cage, Michael Crichton, and John Travolta honor Sean Connery on the 53rd Annual Golden Globe Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, to present tonight's Cecil B. DeMille Award, Golden Globe nominee Nicolas Cage.
Not only do I currently have the pleasure of working with this year's honoree, I also happen to be one of his biggest fans. As you know, the Cecil B. DeMille Award is given for outstanding lifetime achievement, and what this actor has achieved could easily fill a dozen lifetimes. Born in Scotland, he started acting more than 45 years ago, playing roles in British theater, films, and television. In 1958, in a three-handkerchief drama starring Lana Turner, the world was formally introduced to a handsome, young, charming Scot by the name of Sean Connery.
Oh, Mark, never let me go.
I love you more than I've ever loved anything in my life.
Tell me again.
You're a greedy woman, Sarah.
Oh, yes.
And it's gathered all together in the
Sean was chosen next by Walt Disney to sing for his stew in a delightful bit of Irish fantasy, Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
She's my dear, my darling one, her eyes so sparkling full of fun. No other can match the likes of her. She is my dear, my darling one, my smiling and beguiling one. I love the ground she walks upon, my darling Irish girl.
In 1962, he got a license to kill as Ian Fleming's ultra-smooth British spy 007, the man who's known the world over as...
Bond. James Bond. Shocking.
Well, he's certainly left with his tail between his legs.
Darling Moneypenny, you know I never even looked at another woman.
Really, Jay?
What are you doing here? Looking for shells?
No, I'm just looking.
Stay where you are.
I promise I won't steal your shells.
I promise you, you won't either.
Hello.
Aren't you in the wrong room, Mr. Bond?
Not from where I'm standing.
Since you're here, would you mind giving me something to put on?
Get out!
Actually, I'm a spy.
I know that.
The movies made Sean Connery an international superstar. He played Bond 7 times. The new Bond, Pierce Brosnan, recently said it best for all of us. Sean Connery is the man. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome another great fan of Sean's, his good friend, Golden Globe nominee, John Travolta.
Sean was a sensation as Bond. Not only did the fans recognize his talent, but Hollywood's best directors wanted him for their next films. From Hitchcock to Huston, from Lumet to Spielberg, he was in demand.
Is that all you've got to say?
Sidney Lumet chose Sean as a rebellious inmate who was about to face the torture of the Hill.
See that hill?
I noticed it as I came in.
We built it special. A few tons of sand and rock and a lot of labor and sweat. The prisoners built it.
Well, that's marvelous. So it's a great construction feat.
Something tells me you're going to get to know it well.
I don't want any special privileges.
It's hot on that hill. Hot.
I fancied I saw snow on the top when I came in.
Dead set on having a go at it, aren't you?
Oh, I can do without it, sir, but I think you've got other plans for me.
You call me
Yes, Sean.
John Huston's The Man Who Would Be King. Sean tries to convince Michael Caine, as well as himself, that he is a native god.
The bridge we're building, it's only the first of many. They'll tie the country together. A nation I shall make of it, with an anthem and a flag. And I shall treat on equal terms the Viceroy and other kings and princes. And when I've accomplished what I set out to do, I'll stand one day before the Queen. Not kneel, mind you, but stand like an equal. And she'll say, I'd like you to accept the Order of the Garter as a mark of my esteem, cousin. She'll pin it on me herself. It's big. I tell you, it's big. And I tell you, you need a physic.
In 1979, Sean starred as the cunning mastermind behind the great train robbery. Ladies and gentlemen, the director of that film, Michael Crichton.
One of the things I admire about Sean Connery is his independence of thought. While we were shooting the Great Train Robbery, we spent many days on top of a moving 1853 train that always went 35 miles an hour because anything faster than that was dangerous. During helicopter shots, Sean had to be up on top alone. After one shot, he came down and said, that train was going much faster than 35. Everyone, including the engineers, assured him the train was only going 35 miles an hour. Sean listened for a while, and then he asked a question nobody had ever thought of. He said, an 1853 train has no speedometer. How do you know how fast it was going? They said, oh, because we count telephone poles. So we radioed the helicopter to ask the speed, and the pilot said, you were going 55 miles an hour, and we thought Mr. Connery was crazy to be up there. Sean said, see? And then he went right back up to do it again for several more days. But I'll never forget that group of people standing around assuring Sean that he was wrong. And all the time, he was right.
In 1987, Sean's terrific performance as a veteran cop in The Untouchables won him a Golden Globe Award and the Oscar.
I want to get Capone. I don't know how to get him. You want to get Capone? Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. And that's how you get Capone. Now, do you want to do that? Are you ready to do that? I'm making you a deal. Do you want this deal?
I have sworn to put this man away with any and all legal means at my disposal, and I will do so.
Well, the Lord hates a coward.
As Indy's father in Steven Spielberg's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Sean really hit it off with Harrison Ford.
Junior? Yes, sir. It is you, Junior. Don't call me that, please. Well, what are you doing here? I came to get you. What do you think?
Late 14th century Ming Dynasty. Oh, it breaks the heart. And the head. You hit the head. I'll never forgive myself.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
Thank God. It's fake.
In Tom Clancy's Hunt for Red October, Sean, as a Soviet sub-captain, faces his greatest challenge, freedom.
Not unlike this one, near Vilnius, where my grandfather taught me to fish. And the sea will grant each man new hope. The sleep brings dreams of home. Christopher Columbus.
Welcome to the New World, sir.
Here's a sneak preview from the film that Sean and I are making together now, The Rock, and I can tell you he has no intention of slowing down.
Oh, I have a unique knowledge of this prison facility. I was formerly a guest here.
I love pressure.
Sean has given us more than 40 years of memorable films and great performances.
And Sean, we are all looking forward to at least 40 more.
On behalf of the Board of Directors of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association and its President, Aida Takla O'Reilly, we proudly present the Cecil B. DeMille Award to you, Sean Connery.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, members of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, and thank you, fellow workers, and you, Buck. It's a special honor receiving this award from Michael. You know, multi-talented is a much-abused term in our profession, but Michael is the only man I know who can write a best-selling novel with one hand while taking out your appendix with the other. I grew up, like many of you, watching the films of Cecil B. DeMille, in whose name this award is given. And he was one of those who knew the secrets of successful filmmaking. He understood the audience's natural attraction to themes with great moral issues, messages, and with a lot of sex and violence. And as a great producer, he understood that biblical stories are all in public domain. I've made a lot of films, some of which I've forgotten and some of which I've tried to forget. But in the course of this strange thing we call a career, I've traveled to scores of exotic places. I've met many interesting people, kissed dozens of beautiful women, and have actually been very well paid for it, and I am most grateful, but of course that doesn't mean that I won't sue you. A number of decades ago, when I started in this business, I was told by someone who seemed to know what he was talking about that I should take lessons to erase permanently my accent so that I could play parts without wearing a kilt. And so that the American audiences could understand what the hell I was saying. Well, it's quite obvious by now that I didn't take his advice. As a matter of fact, just in the last year, there were two big films made of Scottish heroes. Rob Roy, played by an Irishman, and the other, Braveheart, played by an American Australian, and both splendidly Scottish. The point is, I think, if actors and actresses are good at what they do, and if you, the audience, are affected, moved by the stories we help to tell, then that's the real reward. Truthfully, it's the stuff in between the punches, the shootings, and the car crashes that really count. The scenes between the men and the women that try to say something about how we really behave, how we really feel. That's ultimately what moves people and sends them to the theaters, pays to see our films. In other words, I prefer my audiences stirred, not shaken. Thank you again for this. I promise to do everything I can to deserve it, except retire. Thank you. Good night.
Jamie Lee Curtis, Angela Bassett in a special performance by Tony Bennett when the Golden Globes return on NBC. The Golden Globe winning actress currently starring in Waiting to Exhale and one of the dynamic actors from Apollo 13. Here are Angela Bassett and Kevin Bacon.
Welcome back to the Golden Globe Awards. And the nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy are Annette Bening, The American President;
Sandra Bullock, While You Were Sleeping;
Toni Collette, Muriel's Wedding;
Nicole Kidman, To Die For;
Vanessa Redgrave, A Month by the Lake.
And the winner is Nicole Kidman, To Die For.
Okay, who do I have to thank? First of all, thank you to Columbia for making this movie. It's a small movie and it didn't have Sure Thing written on it, so it was a real risk, and thank you. Obviously, thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press. I'm kind of in shock at the moment, so. I stand up here as an actor, so I am part of a collaboration. This I'm accepting on behalf of Gus Van Sant and Buck Henry and myself, because Buck wrote the most wonderfully wicked words and Gus gave the most wonderfully wicked direction. And also thank you to Laura Ziskin and Jonathan Taplin and Leslie Morgan and Sandy Isaacs for their tenacious and relentless commitment to this movie. And thank you to my agents, Kevin Huvane and Rick Nacita, my manager, Mark Epstein, my publicist, Catherine Olam, and everybody else. No, anyone who's ever been nice to me. And to my mom and dad and my husband, Tom Cruise, who gives me such tender love and happiness, and this would mean nothing without him. So.
Here's an actor who starred in 4 features this past year and is soon to be seen in Love and War. And with him, a Golden Globe winner last year and a nominee tonight, Chris O'Donnell and Jamie Lee Curtis.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy are Michael Douglas, The American President;
Harrison Ford, Sabrina.
Steve Martin, Father of the Bride, Part 2.
Patrick Swayze, Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar.
And John Travolta, Get Shorty.
And the winner is John Travolta, Get Shorty.
Boy, I don't know exactly what I've done to deserve the goodwill that I feel that the public and the press and the industry has given to me recently, but I truly do appreciate it. And I'd like to thank the Hollywood Foreign Press for making this last year so special for me, starting with Pulp Fiction and then ending with this award for Get Shorty. I'd like to thank Frank Mancuso and Mike Marcus for making this movie. I'd like to thank Danny DeVito, Stacy Scher, Michael Schamberg for convincing me to do this picture, along with the help of Quentin Tarantino, and Barry Sonnenfeld for including me in on his vision. The writer, Scott Frank, for brilliantly adapting the wonderful Get Shorty novel, Elmore Leonard. And, you know, every actor knows that he's only as great and can only be as great as the actors that surround him. So in Get Shorty's case, it was completely the case. And I thank Gene Hackman, Rene Russo, Delroy Lindo, Dennis Farina, Danny DeVito, and all of the amazing cast and crew that was involved in making that picture. I'd like to also thank my manager, Jonathan Crane, wherever you are. I'd like to thank my agents, Nicole David and Fred Westheimer, and Susan Pyle, Jerry Rich, and Paul Block, and Michelle Bega, and also my friends. Anson, Linda, Ronnie, Jeff, Michelle, and Susan Such. There's a quote by a great man, by L. Ron Hubbard, who says, "No man can be happy without having a goal, and no man can be happy without his faith in the ability to achieve that goal." And you tonight have given me the faith that I can achieve my goals, and I thank you. And at the risk of sounding cliche, look at me. I'm the one telling you that I won the Golden Globe. Good night.
Please welcome a prolific songwriter and producer and one of the best-selling artists in the world. Here's Kenneth Babyface Edmonds.
There really was no such thing as silent movies. Movies had music long before they could talk. The first theaters paid an organist or a piano player to accompany the film, and they often played a score written especially for that movie. When sound came in, music became even more important. Try to imagine these classic films without memorable musical moments.
A kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. in the rain.
Today, film composers cast their soundtracks as carefully as producers cast their films. And here's a superstar who's on every composer's A-list. Tonight, he's singing a couple of songs in tribute to great women of the movies. So here's to the ladies with Tony Bennett.
When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and those dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, if happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? Let's go there. Thank you very much. People who need people are the luckiest people in the world. When children needing other children, and yet letting our grown-up pride hide all the need inside, acting more like children than children. Lovers are very special people. They're the luckiest people in the world. With one person, one very special person, a feeling deep in your soul says you are half, now you're whole. No more hunger and thirst, but first be a person who needs people. People who need people are the luckiest people in the world.
Murphy Brown, and the medical staff of ER, Faith Ford and Eric LaSalle.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Miniseries or Motion Picture Made for Television are Glenn Close, Serving in Silence, The Margaret Kammermeyer Story.
Jamie Lee Curtis, The Heidi Chronicles.
Sally Field, A Woman of Independent Means.
Linda Hamilton, A Mother's Prayer.
Jessica Lange, A Streetcar Named Desire.
And the winner is Jessica Lange.
This is such a great treat. Thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press. You know, it's such a thrill to do a part like this and to have the language that he wrote, to be able to say these words. So, of course, above all, I have to thank Tennessee Williams for giving me Blanche Dubois to do at least once or twice. And CBS, I'd like to tell you how grateful I am that you went ahead and did a 3-hour play and let us do it in its entirety. I know that's rare on television now, so I'm extremely grateful to having had this opportunity to do it. And of course the cast, I mean everybody, all the actors tonight have said you're only as good as the people you work with, and of course that's absolutely true. So I'm indebted of course to a great cast, to John Goodman, to Diane Lane, and especially to Alec Baldwin, who's been through this twice with me and has put up with me. It's not an easy character to do, and he's always been very gracious and generous to me. Mostly I'd like to thank Glenn Jordan, who's a wonderful director, and for his insight and his intelligence with this. And of course my family, you know, for living through Life with Blanche 2 times. Thank you very much. This is great. Thanks.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Miniseries or a Motion Picture Made for Television are Alec Baldwin, A Streetcar Named Desire.
Charles S. Dutton, The Piano Lesson.
Lawrence Fishburne, The Tuskegee Airmen.
Gary Sinise for Truman.
James Woods, Indictment, The McMartin Trial.
And the winner is Gary Sinise for Truman.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks to the Hollywood Foreign Press. This is, I'm just like in a blur here. It's amazing. All these faces, and I'm just not at all used to this. HBO for making the movie, and our great producers, Paula Weinstein, Laurel Backrack, and Thea Silbert for all talking me into doing it. My agent, Rob Scheidlinger, Brian Lord, my manager, Jerry Harrington. They've been amazing. The past couple years have been so, like, unbelievable for me. I'm just, my head's spinning here. Of course, this couldn't have been done without this support of this amazing crew. These HBO movies, I mean, they're like madness. You know, you get in there and you work like a maniac. You work 20 hours a day, and you know, they keep pushing you, and I looked around, I looked at the crew one day, they were falling down, and everything was a mess, and, you know, finally I had to say, let's take a day off. So this crew was amazing, and they deserve a lot of credit for getting this movie made. Of course, I had a lot of plastic stuff on my face, and it looked really good, too, and I must thank Gordon Smith for his amazing makeup. Russell Cate and Ben Robin, who did the hair. We had a great cast who supported the hell out of this thing, especially Diana Scarwood. Our great director, Frank Pearson, who just led me through the thing, and without him it couldn't have been made. Tom Rickman, who wrote the great screenplay and based on the wonderful biography by David McCullough. My family has been totally supportive of me for 20 years in the theater, and now they get to watch me on TV and stuff like this. So it's just great. And my wonderful wife Moira, who has just been my right arm this whole time, and who's believed in me when I didn't really believe in myself. I also have to congratulate Alec Baldwin, Larry Fishburne, Charles Dutton, and James Woods. To be mentioned in the same breath with these actors is worth the whole thing. So thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, a Golden Globe nominee for Mad About You, Paul Reiser.
Thank you. This weekend marks the 100th birthday of a man close to all of our hearts, Mr. George Burns. Now, Mr. Burns is watching from home tonight. He had hoped to be here, but as it is his 100th birthday, he felt he needed to stay by the phone and wait for that call from Willard Scott. Because, you know, if you miss it, Willard doesn't call a second time. A lot of people waiting for that call. Over the course of his glorious career, George Burns invented many of the key essential elements of comedy. The cigar, the setup, the long pause. The letter K was actually invented by George Burns. But perhaps the most significant contribution was the comedy rule of three. You're all familiar with the rule that things are funnier in groups of three. Example, man walks into a bar with his mother, father, and a dog named Ed. Just kind of has a funny ring. Before George, there was no three. Before George Burns, there was the rule of 8. And this was nowhere near as funny. Example, man walks into a bar with his mother, his father, his brother Todd, his friend Joel, sister Ruthie, a fellow who lived in his building, his attorney, and a dog named Ed. As you see, it's much more cumbersome. Imagine 100 years of that. These are just a few of the many contributions George Burns has made, and these aren't even the funniest ones. These are just a few. Just a few that he has made in the first 100 years. Mr. Burns, from all of your friends here in Hollywood and the millions of admirers watching tonight throughout the world, we look forward to the next 100, and from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you for all the years of joy. Happy birthday.
He is an inspiration to all of us. You forgot something, John. We're backstage. You have moments to get it in.
My wife Kelly and my son Jet mean more than my life, and I didn't get a chance to thank them, and I'm glad I'm getting a chance to thank them now. Thank you, honey.
You have now done it. The Golden Globes will continue. Thank you.
Who'll be named Best Actor and Actress for a TV drama? We'll find out. Plus, David Copperfield and Leah Thompson. The Golden Globe Awards welcome the talented star of Caroline in the City and last year's Golden Globe winner for NYPD Blue, Leah Thompson and Dennis Franz.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Television Series Drama are Gillian Anderson, The X-Files;
Kathy Baker, Picket Fences;
Heather Locklear, Melrose Place;
Jane Seymour, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman;
Sherry Stringfield, ER;
and the winner is Jane Seymour, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
I'm so totally in shock, and of course, you know, this is the one time I never wrote anything on a piece of paper or tried to remember anybody's name, and I can't thank you enough, Foreign Press, and I can't thank CBS and Leslie Moonves and Beth Sullivan for creating this incredible character for me to play week in, week out. And of course, the incredible cast I work with, led by Joe Lando, and all the kids, of course, Chad, and oh, I'm totally in shock here. You know, I was convinced that I couldn't possibly win because it's an 8 o'clock show, and of course, when you put something on at 8 o'clock, it has to be kind of softer material. But this is really thrilling. It's thrilling for 8 o'clock shows. It's thrilling for the kind of material that we're able to do, especially when people are talking about the amount of sex and violence on television and how there is no quality programming that you can show your children. And I have to thank Andy Hill as well for always being there for us. I have to thank the wonderful directors that we work with, but particularly I have to thank my favorite director and my husband, James Keach, who is my hero and without whom I could certainly not do this. And then, of course, there's those twins, you know, John and Chris, who I had 7 weeks ago, and Katie and Sean, and Kaylin and Jenny, and Kelly and Lisa, who always make me look good at 5 o'clock in the morning. Thank you all, and thank you so much. I'm stunned.
The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Television Series Drama are Daniel Benzali, Murder One;
George Clooney, ER;
David Duchovny, The X-Files;
Anthony Edwards, ER;
Jimmy Smits, NYPD Blue;
and the winner is
Jimmy Smits!
My lady who is homesick, sick with the flu, told me I should have shaved. Damn, I should have shaved. To be coming from you, I'm so blessed to be working with this man on a daily basis. He is... You all know that he is a super talent, but he is so generous in the truest sense of a word in terms of being an actor, and he is just a great soul. I love you. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Be careful what you wish for. But, careful what you wish for. I wound up with a good deal here. Stephen, thank you so much for bringing me back to the family, Stephen Bochco. You are an innovator in what you do. To David Milch, who is the genius on a daily basis, I love you, man. I love you. To KD and Jimmy Mack and Nikki T and Gordy, Justine, Sharon, and Gail, thank you for opening your arms. Thanks to the Hollywood Foreign Press for supporting my work, ups and downs. Thanks for the public for hanging in there. To Bill Clark for giving me this guy in a lot of ways. To Tinker Hoblet and Mike Robbins and Bob Doherty, thanks so much for your support, and all the many, many people that are involved and touch my life. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man known as the greatest illusionist on the planet, David Copperfield.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The marvel of computer animation in Toy Story. The wonder of weightlessness in Apollo 13. And of course, the miracle of a talking pig. No wonder it's called the magic of Hollywood. The magicians of the cinema are the directors who conjure up entire worlds, writers who invoke tales of endless fascination, and actors who create make-believe lives as real as our own. To the Hollywood community, as one illusionist to another, I salute your inspiring wizardry. And now an actress who makes magic every week on Frasier, and an actor who plays Jackie Robinson in The Soul of the Game, Jane Leeves and Blair Underwood.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations, Jimmy Smits. The nominees for Best Television Series Drama are Chicago Hope and The Way.
I think the aorta's been hit. We gotta get him into surgery.
Let's go. Let's get the O-neck blood stat now.
Not having a baby. Get lost.
Dang, you're gonna have to let me in.
What are his vitals?
That's BP with 6 Jumbo Coke.
You ready, Danny?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
Oh.
Out of here.
Scissors. Scissors.
Oh.
Scissors.
Let's turn him and check for exit wounds. His heart's been hit.
Jeffrey, we gotta get him to OR now.
He's not gonna make it that far. Crack the damn chest.
Pen blade now.
Steady, Clark.
Now. He's got 3 in the abdomen and 1's gone through the chest. Arm over the head.
Here.
You got him? Get the heart room ready. I need 2 teams.
ER.
All right, the pad Alpha 5 has just landed on the roof of County General. Doctors are taking out paddles.
Charging! 100!
Several doctors are trying desperately to revive Dan Larson.
150!
Clear. So far, their efforts are failing. 0.4 FE.
Charging! 200!
Clear. Will he make it? Shock him again. Go. Will he
One
make
more
it?
time. All right. Charging! 200!
All right, let's get him inside. We'll try it again. Are we gonna lose him? The woman blanket. We're all set. All right.
Murder 1.
What you involved in now? Facts are weapons. I can be the best lawyer in the world, but if I go in unarmed, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. I'll get over there. But you'll get executed. I understand. I'm not sure you do. But at some point, it's gonna sink in. Can I get out of here? Not tonight.
party of 5.
I don't get it. I mean, do you get why he did it, babe? He loves her. And I really think he loves her, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, Claude, he loves her. Hey. Okay, look. Why don't we just deal with the cleanup in the morning, okay?
What are you doing there, Claude? Saving the top. You're supposed to, for good luck. Maybe they'll change their minds.
And the winner is Party of 5.
Accepting for a party of 5 are executive producers Chris Kaiser and Amy Lipman.
How great and how nerve-wracking. Thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press, not just for the award, but for considering us in the company of the 4 other nominees, which are really fine shows that we watch and admire and talk about and occasionally steal from. This has been a really extraordinary experience for all of us. For most of us, it's the first show that we've done, and there are a lot of people to thank. We have an extraordinary crew that was assembled for us by our producer and partner, Ken Topolsky, and is led by our brilliant cinematographer, Roy Wagner. We have a remarkable writing staff, and I think most of all, Chris and I feel incredibly lucky to work with this cast. They're very young actors, and the advantage of working with actors who are this young is they don't yet know how to be difficult. And they approach the work with an incredible amount of commitment and love. And I think we feel very lucky to be working with all of them.
I also wanted to...
Every time Jane Seymour has a baby, she wins the trophy. What's the most significant thing about a Golden Globe?
Oh, you know what's so great for me is that I've won for Dr. Quinn, which is this wonderful quality program at 8 o'clock that a lot of people probably don't even know is on a Saturday night. And this will let people know that this is great programming to watch with the children. This is something for all ages. It's something that really matters to me. It's a very special show, and I feel like the show won rather than me winning. And you know what is really special is I seem to win every time I have babies.
Send love to your husband. Give him a nice kiss. We'll be right back with the Golden Globes.
Still to come, Angela Lansbury, James Woods, and the award for Best Song of the Year when the Golden Globe Awards return.
Welcome back to the Golden Globe Awards. And the nominees for the Best Original Score in a Motion Picture are Sense and Sensibility, composed by Patrick Doyle.
Braveheart, composed by James Horner.
A Walk in the Clouds, composed by Maurice Jarre.
Don Juan DeMarco, composed by Michael Kamen.
Pocahontas, composed by Alan Menken.
And the winner is Maurice Jarre, Walk in the Clouds.
Well, first of all, let me thank my wife, Fong, who is a practically limitless source of energy and inspiration. And thank you, Alfonso Arau and Jay Zucker. All the Fox people were nice to me, and no interference, just help, and that's fabulous. And finally, the Foreign Press Association, I am going to give a big hug to each member of the Foreign Press. Thank you.
Here's one of Hollywood's brand new stars from the movie Waterworld, and one of the all-time great stars of the Hollywood musical. Please welcome Tina Majorino and Miss Jane Powell.
The nominees for Best Original Song from a Motion Picture are Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas, music by Alan Menken and lyrics by Stephen Schwartz.
Have you ever really loved a woman from Don Juan DeMarco? Music and lyrics by Byron Adams, Robert John Lang, and Michael Kamen. Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me from Batman Forever. Music by U2 and lyrics by Bono.
Moonlight from Sabrina, music by John Williams and lyrics by Alan and Marilyn Bergman. You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story, music and lyrics by Randy Newman.
And the winner is Colors of the Wind, Pocahontas, music and lyrics by Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz.
Well, I want to thank, so many people to thank on this song and on the whole score. My music team of Danny Trube, David Friedman, and Martin Erskine, and on this song, Judy Kuhn, Vanessa Williams, Keith Thomas, our arranger, Robbie Buchanan on the single. So many people at Disney to thank. Stephen?
Quickly like to acknowledge our appreciation for Michael Eisner, Roy Disney, Jeffrey Katzenberg, Peter Schneider, Tom Schumacher, our directors Eric Goldberg and Mike Gabriel, and our producer Jim Pentecost. I'd also like to acknowledge my personal debt to the Native American poets and philosophers who inspired me, most particularly for this song, Chief Seattle. Thank you very much.
Coming up, Faye Dunaway, Holly Hunter, and we'll find out what film will be named Best Motion Picture Comedy when we return. The Golden Globe Awards continue with the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Motion Picture Association of America, Mr. Jack Voletti.
Joining me in presenting the Best Foreign Language Picture is a legendary actress who's been twice honored by the Golden Globes, Miss Faye Dunaway. It has occurred to me, Faye, that I ought to stage a dinner for you in Washington, D.C. Yes. which, as we all know, is now the entertainment capital of the world.
Yeah, that's debatable, Jack. Hollywood is the entertainment capital of the world.
And you're still open, too.
And we're open.
Touché. It is a fact that the American movie is the most wanted export of the United States. And what we create here in Hollywood is enjoyed, applauded, and patronized by moviegoers in more than 150 countries.
Tonight's show will be seen by more than 100 million people on all the continents, a continuing rise in the audience for the Golden Globes, and a testament to the alluring quality of entertaining films in the international marketplace. And now the nominees for Best Foreign Language Film are, from Germany, Brother of Sleep.
And from France, French Twist.
From France, Les Miserables.
And from Italy, Like Two Crocodiles.
Come sei serio? Non ti preoccupare, non è successo niente.
From China, Shanghai Triad.
And the winner is Claude Lelouch, Les Miserables.
Accepting for Les Miserables is producer Jean-Paul Davidas.
Thank you so much. It was an honor to be nominated. It's a great privilege to win this award. I really want to, I'm very proud for Claude Lelouch and Jean-Paul Belmondo, which are my dear friends and partners. I'm quite happy for the French film industry, by the way, because we had 3 nominations out of 5 pictures and the winner. And of course, I have a special thanks for Warner Brothers. He's a studio that fell in love with our picture, which from Frank Pierce to Wayne Dubon in Burbank brought the picture to the studio from Jim Miller, who made it all happen, and from Barry Reardon, Rob Friedman, Charlotte Condell, and Diane Gursky. We had a dream team working for us for the success of Les Miserables, and I really want to thank them all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Here are 2 former Golden Globe winners, an actor whose intense style has earned him a nomination tonight, and an actress whose unique talents have earned her the Academy Award, James Woods and Holly Hunter.
The nominees for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy are The American President.
Bottom of the stairs, I've got to do a thing, but you'll be escorted
They took me through it.
Oh, good.
Do you do this often, sir?
Well, this is actually only our 2nd state dinner. The first one was for the Emperor of Japan, who died shortly after, so we stopped having them for a while just in case.
No, I meant, do you go out on that? Do you often?
Do I date a lot?
Yeah.
No, how about you?
Me? Well, lately I seem to be going out on a lot of first dates.
Well, then you're experienced at this.
Oh, yeah, you can ask me anything.
Well, how are we doing so far?
It's hard to say at this point. So far, it's just your typical first date stuff.
Babe?
What's your name?
I don't know. Well,
What did your mother call you to tell you apart from your brothers and sisters?
Our mom called us all the same.
And what was that, dear?
She called us all babe.
Perhaps we shouldn't talk too much about family.
I love my mom.
There. You've got to be a brave boy now. I left my mother when I was your age, and my pups will have to leave me soon. But I'll keep an eye on you if you like.
get the code. Just don't pick the guy up, okay? And we're gonna have to call Momo and straighten the whole thing out. And Momo's gonna be pissed off for wasting his time. We don't need that, huh?
Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna say any more than I have to, if that.
Yeah, just a minute. My nose! My nose!
Sabrina?
Party's at 9 o'clock. Will you come?
Do you really want me to?
Very much. If you'll tell me who you are.
Hello, Sabrina.
Hello, Linus.
Sabrina.
Have a good time in Paris?
Yes, thank you.
Sabrina?
You look all grown up.
Sabrina?
Why does he keep saying that?
I need to go find my father. I'll get my bags later.
Wait a minute.
Thanks for the ride.
David. No.
Toy Story.
Look, we're all very impressed with Andy's new toy.
Toy?
T-O-Y. Toy.
Excuse me, I think the word you're searching for is Space Ranger.
The word I'm searching for, I can't say, because there's preschool toys present.
Getting kind of tense, aren't you?
Oh, Mr. Light here. Now I'm curious. What does a Space Ranger actually do?
He's not a Space Ranger! He doesn't fight evil or shoot lasers or fly!
Excuse me?
Oh, impressive wingspan. Very good.
And the winner of the Golden Globe is... Babe.
Accepting for Babe are producers George Miller and Doug Mitchell.
Thank you very much. A lot of people help bring this little pig to life. Universal, who said, a talking pig? Sure, why not? And truly believed in it all the way through the company. And in particular, there are 400 people on the credits of this movie. And if you're really interested, study it, because all of them gave of their best to give it a voice. And I'm afraid the best that I can do tonight is to say thank you all very much. It's very kind of you.
Just to Tom Pollock, Casey Silver, Buffy, Kathy, Michael High, and all the rest, thank you. And to the Hollywood Foreign Press, this is very much appreciated. Thank you.
Tom Hanks and Jessica Lange present awards for Best Actor and Actress in a Motion Picture when the Golden Globes continue.
Welcome back to the Golden Globe Awards. The nominees for Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture Drama are Nicolas Cage, Leaving Las Vegas. Richard Dreyfuss, Mr. Holland's Opus. Anthony Hopkins, Nixon. Ian McKellen, Richard III. Sean Penn, Dead Man Walking. And the winner is Nicolas Cage, leaving Las Vegas.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. To be included in this most distinguished group of actors who have moved me so deeply over the years is, for me, a storybook dream come true, and I would like to thank the members of the Hollywood Foreign Press for that and for encouraging me to stay true to myself with this award. And I'd like to thank everyone in my family and take this opportunity to thank some of the people who made this brave movie. Our director, Mr. Mike Figgis, for his artistry, his tremendous courage, the beautiful and incredibly talented Elizabeth Shue, everyone at MGM UA, their faith and their hard work, the producers, Paige Simpson, Stuart Regan, Leela Causes, oh, please, I know I don't want to leave anybody out. No, Stuart, yeah, Annie Stewart, yes, and I finally would like to offer very, very special thanks to the late John O'Brien, on whose magnificent book this movie was based, and to the entire O'Brien family, whose support meant so much to all of us. I really wish that John could be here tonight to see this. I thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the winner of both the Golden Globe and the Academy Award for the past 2 years, Tom Hanks.
Thank you. The nominees for Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture Drama are Susan Sarandon, Dead Man Walking. Elizabeth Shue, Leaving Las Vegas. Sharon Stone for Casino. Meryl Streep, The Bridges of Madison County. And Emma Thompson, Sense and Sensibility. And the winner is Sharon Stone for Casino.
No one is more surprised than me. Okay. Well, it's just, it's a miracle. I am so proud to be a part of a business where our product is still handmade. And I am so proud to work with people of the quality and caliber of this group that made Casino, a 5-month-long project that we all put our heart and soul and blood and sweat into. Thank you to the Foreign Press Association for your support to me tonight and for the 19 years I've been waiting for this moment. My name's on here. I would like to thank Chuck Binder for supporting me when it wasn't fashionable, and now. I'd like to thank my friends at Universal, Tom Pollock, Casey Silver, Ron Meyer, for supporting this project and for supporting me, Nadia Bronson, Cindy Berger. I have to thank Marty Scorsese for touching me with his incredible genius and making room for the breath and annoying moments of my uncontrollable passion. for this part. I have to thank Robert De Niro for simply being the best partner a girl could ever have. I just love you so much for the support and the generosity that you gave me. Jimmy Woods, I'd like to thank all of you, all of your personalities. I love so many of them. I have to thank Joe Pesci for being my sponsor. Wow, this is unbelievable. To thank the girls at Chaos, Paulette, Mindy, Kristen. To thank my parents, my father really for giving me the courage to stick with my dreams. I have to thank Tricia Sawyer and Paul LeBlanc for making me look young in the young parts and letting me look how I really look at the end. And thank you all very, very much for this incredible honor. I'm stunned and overwhelmed. Thank you.
Backstage once again in the press room, Nicolas Cage. The film you did was disturbing, haunting for a lot of people. What attracted you to it?
Well, I thought it was the most non-judgmental love story I'd ever read. And I really think that it's a bittersweet ending and not totally that tragic. I think that he has a true love in Sarah and that the two of them are really in love, and not too many people get to experience that in this life.
Greatest compliment I heard along the way was some said they carried the film with them long after they left the theater. Your son, you wanted to say something when you were in there.
I just want to thank my son Weston for his purity, which has always inspired me, and my wife Patricia, and I want to thank everyone on my team, Richard Lovett, Jerry Harrington, and Annette Wolf, and also I'd like to thank Ed L'Amato, who made sure I got the script in the first place.
I congratulate you. It's been a wonderful year. We hope it continues. Thank you so much. They're waiting for you, Nicholas. You're on your way. And the 53rd Annual Golden Globe Awards continue. It is a phenomenal night. Extraordinary winners still in store, and it will continue here on NBC.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join in a very special welcome for the winner of 6 Golden Globe Awards, including her first 50 years ago, Miss Angela Lansbury.
The nominees for Best Motion Picture Drama are Apollo 13.
We will go for launch. T-minus
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1. Houston, we have cleared the tower at 1313.
Braveheart. Leaving Las Vegas.
Right now, I'm in love with you. But be that as it may, I am not here to force my twisted soul into your life. We both know I'm a drunk. And I know you're a hooker. I hope you understand that I'm a person who is totally at ease with this, which is not to say that I'm indifferent or I don't care. I do. It simply means I trust and accept your judgment.
San Sense and Sensibility.
He lifted me as if I weighed no more than a dried leaf.
Is he human?
Tell me if I hurt you.
She feels no pain, Mamma. Margaret, ask Betsy to make up a cold compress, please. Quickly as you can.
Oh, please don't say anything important.
Go on.
Did you see him? He expressed himself well, did he not?
With great decorum and honor.
And spirit and wit and feeling.
And economy. 10 words at most.
Wait a minute. And he is to come tomorrow.
Marianne, you must change. You will catch a cold.
What care I for colds when there is such a man?
You will care very much when your nose swells up.
You are right. Help me, Eleanor.
And the winner is... Sense and Sensibility.
Accepting for Sense and Sensibility is producer Lindsay Duran.
I'm not an actress, so I have to read some of this. This is such a meaningful award to me because 25 years ago when I first read this book, I was seized with the idea that it could become a movie that could entertain audiences all over the world. And so I want to thank the Hollywood Foreign Press and to thank Jane Austen for creating these characters who happen to be British, just happen to be British, but could really be found in any country in the world. I want to thank Emma Thompson for her moving and hilarious screenplay, which we knew in her hands would never become too dignified. I want to thank Ang Lee, our Taiwanese director, who somehow managed to direct this brilliant adaptation of a classic English novel, even though many of us still believe he doesn't actually speak any English at all. I want to thank Sidney Pollack and Jeff Steer and everybody at Mirage who worked so hard to make sure this movie wouldn't become what Sidney calls one of those literary eat your spinach, it's good for you movies. Everybody at Columbia who worked so hard on this movie, every single person, but especially Gareth Wiggin, Lisa Henson, Ted Shagru, Jeff Blake, Sid Ganis, and Mark Canton. James Seamus, who is such a magician at low-budget filmmaking that we managed to make this entire film for $26.75, thereby allowing him to keep the rest of Columbia's money. Patrick Doyle for a score so beautiful and accurate that no one believes he actually wrote it. Laurie Borg, Tim Squires, Anthony Bregman, a brilliant crew and an amazing cast, especially Emma and Kate. I also have to thank my family who taught me that the only way to respond to the injustices of life is to laugh at them, thereby making me a sucker for Jane Austen. And finally to my husband, Rodney Kemmer, who somehow after 20 years manages to combine the charms of Willoughby, the humor of Edward, and the loyalty of Brandon. This is for you. Thank you so much.
Things have changed a bit since I won my first Golden Globe 50 years ago. But what a night it's been. Congratulations to all the winners and good night, everyone.
Unfortunately, you missed one lovely little... I wanted to get that on camera so badly. Sharon Stone back here backstage, 450 people waiting to interview her, a television show going all over the world. You're on a cellular phone. Is it impolite to ask who you were calling?
I was calling my best friend, Mimi Craven.
I couldn't help it overhead. I'm standing right next to you. You're genuinely excited.
Oh, I'm just so thrilled. I'm so thrilled and so honored. I had a teacher named Roy London who changed my life so dramatically and took me from being just a foolish, superficial person to understanding and accepting my humanity and that in other people. And without him, I wouldn't have had the common sense to play this part. And I'm very, very grateful to him. And I forgot to mention Nick Pileggi. I love you for your amazing, talented writings and the great words you gave me. Thank you.
Right, now, this is for something now in the past. What's in the future? What do you hope to do?
I have finished a film that I'm very, very proud of with Bruce Beresford about a woman on death row in the South who is hoping to get clemency and is sentenced to die by lethal injection. And I have just finished that film, and I've seen it, and I'm very, very proud of it, and it's coming out in May.
Sharon, thank you so very much. They're anxiously awaiting your arrival. Congratulations. Continue to have a great year. Do you want to go that way or this way? What is your pleasure?
By you.
By this way? All right, fine. Thank you so very much. Now, if we may, I brought my summary sheet this time, so if I may quickly, if you tuned in late or said what happened tonight in the world of film, the Motion Picture Drama Award went to Sense and Sensibility, Comedy or Musical went to Babe. The actress was, let me see, Sharon Stone we just talked to. Here's Sybil Shepherd, who won the actress in the television series for comedy. And we started off the evening with Kelsey Grammer, the actor in the TV series Comedy Again. Here's a highlight. Sybil was the television series of the year in the comedy area. And in addition to that, Mira Sorvino won the Supporting Actress Award for Motion Picture. And the supporting actor in motion pictures was Brad Pitt. Talking about the 53rd Annual Golden Globe Awards. We talked with director and actor Mel Gibson, who won as director for Braveheart, Shirley Knight, the supporting actress in the series, miniseries, TV or movie. And it's been an exciting evening and will continue to be so. The partying will continue here. Hope you've enjoyed being a part of it here on NBC. And we'll be back again another day. Good night.
זהו, זה לילה מלא כוכבים יורד על הוליווד, זה הלילה החגיגי והנוצץ הראשון של הוליווד לשנת 1996. ברקע מקפלים כאן את השטיחים האדומים ומקפלים את כל הטקס הנוצץ הזה. ג'ון טרבולטה, מל גיבסון, שון קונרי, אמה תומפסון וכל הזוכים לוקחים את הפרס הביתה. האחרים יצטרכו לחכות לטקסים הבאים. תודה שהייתם איתנו בשידור החי הזה. לילה טוב מלוס אנג'לס.
This is John Harlan, inviting you to join us next year for the 54th Annual Golden Globe Awards.
בערוץ 3.
You have any idea how hot you are?
She's the devil, Fraser. Run fast, run far.
Morning, Doctor.
I would have assumed she killed after mating.
My life is me!
פרייזר, אחרי הפעם הראשונה אי אפשר להפסיק. בשבוע הבא בערוץ 3.
Nana kleine K.
K-L-E-I-N F-R-A-N-K-E-N-H-E-I-M.
Né le 15 avril 1940 à Flensbourg-Moselle, actuellement sans domicile. C'est bien ça?
Oui, c'est ça.
Bon. Et alors?
Eh ben, je marchais dans la rue et j'ai vu une femme acheter un journal. Alors, elle sortait de l'argent de son sac et elle n'avait pas vu qu'elle laissait tomber 1000 francs. Alors, moi, j'ai fait semblant d'acheter un journal aussi et j'ai mis mon pied sur ces 1000 francs. Elle est partie. Et
elle s'en est aperçue?
Oui. Elle est revenue vers moi et elle m'a regardé longtemps dans les yeux. Alors, moi, je lui ai rendu l'argent.
Pourquoi est-ce qu'elle a porté plainte alors?
Je ne sais pas. Je trouve ça lamentable de sa part.
À Paris, vous n'avez personne chez qui aller?
Quelquefois des amis.
Des garçons?
Quelquefois.
Pourquoi vous ne demandez pas une avance où vous travaillez?